Hello, friends and family. I am back. I actually have cleared out a good part of this forest so that you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me do what I already consider to be boring fighting. Um, so here we are, as me trying my first task as a Grey Warden. Um, all around, you can see this forest with all these ancient ruins at them. There's also signs of extreme brutality of presumably the darkspawn, and yeah, just sort of a spooky, mysterious place that we have here. And you see here these weird little hooks are not part of the native landscape. These are added by the darkspawn. To what purpose, we don't really know. And more soldiers. So there were all sorts of little side quests that are in this area that I just did because they don't involve talking to anybody. They do involve codices. And I thought that maybe I should read some of the codices. So there's one mission I'm about to do here that involves summoning and killing a demon. So we will do that. And then I will read some from that codex, so that you can get a feel for some of what's in that codex. So here we are. I'm going to take this here. That's just an herb for me to use in crafting. And we got a pile of rocks. You see a pile of stones covered in a fine layer of dust and ash. Sprinkle more ash on the pit of stones. Alright, so killing that demon gave me a codex entry. Let's see what it has to say. Shade. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living or once living body. But this is not always true. Indeed, a shade is one such creature, a demon in its true form that is adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons become confused when they pass through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to a physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to immediately seize upon anything they perceive as life, jealously attempting to possess it. But what of those who do not? What of those that encounter no life or fail to possess a body? What of those that are more cautious by their nature? These demons watch, they lurk, they envy. In time, such a demon will learn to drain energy from the psyche of those it encounters, just as it did from the Fade. Once it is drained enough, it has the power to manifest and will forever after be known as a shade. Such a creature spurns possession. It instead floats as a shadow across its piece of land, preying upon the psyche of any who cross its path. Perhaps it believes itself still in the Fade? There is evidence to believe this is so. A shade will weaken the living by its very proximity. If it focuses its will, it can drain a single target very quickly. Some have even been known to assault the minds of a living victim, causing confusion or horror, and making the target ripe for the kill. The tragedy of a shade is perhaps that once it has drained a target whole, its appetite is only heightened rather than slaked. From the journal of former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Rivain, declared apostate in 920 Dragon Age. Now that's interesting. I wonder, actually I don't, this is why I really should read more of the codices, because why was he declared apostate? And 920 Dragon Age. I'm in Dragon Age, but I don't actually know how the years work, so what 920 is. But I'm in the Dragon Age, whatever that is, which is why the game presumably is called Dragon Age. Alright, let's pick up what it had on it. So yeah, maybe I'll try to read more codices, because they really are far more interesting to me than the combat. Alright, we're saving game, which means I'm about to have a fight. Probably a big one. Let's see what that's going to be. So I spoke last video about the concept of a tank. Alistair's really not a very good tank right now. As you saw in that fight, perhaps, some of the enemies did come towards me because I was doing a lot of damage, and so they saw me as a threat. Alistair has nothing to draw threat, which is what a tank does, essentially, is draws threat. He doesn't have anything to do that yet, poor bloke. But he will. He'll get it, and I will correctly set his talents so that he can draw the threat. Okay, so I think that was the last fight. What we're going to have now is a meeting with the next long-term character in the game. She will play a very important role.
Yes?
No, I didn't want to talk to you, brother. So yeah, that's also is something in this game. You can click on people to talk to them. These two are temporary, and I'm not going to be with them very long anyway. The only person I'd really want to talk to is Alistair, but I can't really talk to him right now. He just sort of brushes me off.
We still need to find those documents, if they're even here.
So yeah, as we know from the previous mission given to me by Duncan, I'm supposed to get these documents, and this is the Warden's cache, so they should be here. So here we go.
Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey? What say you? Scavenger or intruder?
I am neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower.
Is a tower no longer? Wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered. Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping.
She's a witch of the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there. Women do not frighten like little boys. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine.
I am Isobel. A pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer. You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
How very eloquent. How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for it was not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Then who removed them?
It was my mother, in fact.
Can you take us to her?
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap, frog time.
She'll put us all in a pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you. Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your woman's mind give you a different viewpoint? Or do you believe as these boys do?
I'm not sure what to believe.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain. And yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded witch of the wild.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
Did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treats, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize.
What do you mean the threat is greater than they realize?
Either the threat is more, or they realize less. Or perhaps the threat is nothing. Or perhaps they realize nothing. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out at the woods. Follow me.
So that was, you may have recognized, that was Kate Mulgrew, aka Captain Janeway, and Claudia Black, aka Aaron, is it Aaron Sun or Aaron Soon, from Farscape. 2 very fine actresses who I respect a lot. So yes, of course I love that they're in this game. Just another couple from the really great voice cast that's in the game. Are we at 15 minutes yet? I guess I got a couple more minutes. So we have completed our mission. Oh, I actually, before I want to talk to Duncan, I am going to give the medicine for the dog because I like animals.
My bar is stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope.
Is this the flower you're looking for?
Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wonderful. Now give me a moment and I'll make this into an ointment. He looks better already. I'm sure he'd thank you himself if he could.
How long before there's an improvement?
A day, maybe 2. There's enough ointment for him to make a full recovery. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see about imprinting him on you.
You think that's possible?
Maybe. It's likely he understands you're responsible for curing him. Mabari are at least as smart as your average tax collector. Come back after. bowl and just, well, take another look.
All right. I think if I talk to Duncan now, it's going to lead me into the ritual, which kind of takes a bit, so I don't want to do that right at the tail end of this video since it's going to be sort of long. Let me see if I can open the chest. I might be able to get into it now, but the guy who guards it is right over here, and he might be able to know that I'm doing it. So let's just give it a shot. Oh, I could do it. Woohoo! All right, so there's that key. So yeah, we're pretty much at the tail end. I'll go ahead and stop it here. Not a lot into the world yet, but we have met, as I said, a couple of very important characters who we will see again. So let's stop it here, and then next time will be the ritual and more. Bye bye.